Yeah, once more, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's session, Introduction to Visualization with Power BI. We're going to look at Power BI visualization at an overview level, high level overview, to look at some of the key things we are going to be capturing during this visualization. Is a key moment in this our boot camp. So visualization, that's all the data we're trying to clean, gather from different sources. It's all about trying to visualize them, making them visually appealing, telling stories with the data, using this visual for the stakeholders so that they can make informed decision using the data. So let's get to start understanding the basics within these visualizations. And at the end, we'll just do a little play around. So, and then we're going to prepare for a meeting. Okay. I think today I will have to share my entire screen. So I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay,
Yes,
good. So, like I said, today is introduction to Power BI visualizations. Visualization in Power BI is the interface where we use to build this build dashboard, all these using CAD, using charts, different charts. That is what we call visualization. We've done visualization using spreadsheets when we use a pivot table to create dashboard. It's the same thing we are going to be repeating, but this time we are going to use a more modern technology to do that. That's the only difference. The difference is the technology we're using, but it's the same thing with the visual we performed in Excel or spreadsheet. Some of the visualization, the key thing in visualization is going to be graphical representation to interpret trend, comparison, pattern, and we are going to use various visualization charts and other things like bar charts, line charts, pie charts, table and metrics, scattered plots, map, card, and slicer. These are various elements we are going to be using for this visualization. So very soon we are going to see them. We already see them, but we might not know that these are some of the things we're talking about, although some of us already know about it. Okay, how do we create this visualization? The visualization starts from when we start the step-by-step before, if we are going to look at end-to-end data visualization, So everything we have been building, all this is to come and visualize our data. That is the end point, to visualize it so that everybody can consume that data set with just a look. You've seen the trend, you've seen the pattern, you've seen what's going on. So you load data from your source, various source. We have so many sources we identified. You load it from your source, and once you load the data from your source, you need to clean the data. We've been trying to, for more than 1 week now, we've been learning different ways to clean and transform data. So once data are transformed, the data is now ready for visualization. But that data is ready, it doesn't visualize automatically. We build it to get what we want. We build it, customize it the way we want. So, and to do that, we go to visualization pane at the right. We are going to see it very soon, and you select the kind of visualization element you want. And then you go to data field. In the data field, you see the data. From there, you select the data and the way it's going to be visualized. In all these visualization elements, you are going to be dropping into the canvas. So that is very snapshot of how to create a visualization. We have common visualizations and their use cases. So we have bar charts. Bar charts, most cases, why do we use bar charts for visual? We use bar charts to compare sales across regions or products. So that's why we have different charts. So we use charts based on the use case. These are popular use cases, and we have steps to create these visuals using each use case. For instance, in the bar chart, you select the bar chart visual, you drag the region to axis, and then the amount to value, and the format the chart using format pane, and it should be start showing the visual. We have line bar charts. Line bar chart is mainly for trend over the time. So these are one, we are going to be looking at it one by one over as we are progressing to see how to use a particular chart, you know, because it is important we understand the best way to use a particular chart for visual in order to be more professional. We equally have a pie chart. A pie chart, the use case for pie chart is mainly to show proportionate distribution. That is mainly pie charts. You can see that all these charts, most of them are being used in different ways. So we're trying to look at them differently, how to use so many of them in different way that is more professionally accepted. Then we have other things that will help us to do this visual. We have filter and slicer. Filter and slicer allow users to interact with the data dynamically. You can use filter to decide which part of the data that which part of the table that need to be shown. So, and you can use it to limit what need to be shown, and so that is mainly we have filter equally when we are working on spreadsheets or Excel. You see they have their own filter. It's just the same way we use filter there. You just that we're using it at different environment with different technology. So that is we're not going to follow step by step. It's not we're going to look at it when it's time. We'll demonstrate it, but when we are working on it and we are struggling, that's why we have step by step so that they can guide it. But let's just keep on looking at key things we need to understand. Then we have visualization using maps for geographical data. You know, most of the time we'll look at geographical data across region. So in this case, we use map and it makes it very beautiful. So if we are trying to visualize different continents or different countries around the world, so we can use that. We can use that to visualize sales across countries. Or that not only sales, even during the COVID-19, we saw how the data analysts build a very beautiful dashboard using to see the heat wave across the region. These are areas you can use. You can use equally population across the globe, economic density across the globe. So these are where we can equally use a map. So we can equally use KPI card. You know, it displays key metrics such as total sales or profit. So, and we have dashboard. Dashboard is a collection of different visuals. When we build different visualization, we can collect all of them in a one panel, and it becomes a dashboard. From there, you can be seeing what is going on, the sales across region. You can see quantity across, you can see customer, you can see different within an interface. So dashboard is a combination of multiple visuals to tell a complete story. And that is the beauty of all this visualization technology, to tell story with the data. So the best practice is to arrange it logically, use consistency in color and fonts, include slicer for interactivities, keep design clean and unclustered. So we're equally going to create interactive stories. At the end of the day, we are going to be creating an interactive stories. We use bookmark and read through for interactive reporting. And we are equally going to build a case study. A case study, and we have to start from the one that is very common to us. We have been using Futraco. Create a dashboard to track sales performance across region, categories, and time. We can use bar charts. We can equally use line charts. We can equally use pie charts, map, slicer, and formats to visualize. So by the time we learn all this and put it together, it becomes our case study, which we are going to be proud of at the end of our session. So this is what we're going to be doing. So all this, we're not going to achieve it today. So it's just to list. It's not something, but we'll see how far we can go before we we go on holiday by next week. So that is what we plan to achieve through visualization in Power BI. So that's it. So for tonight, let's just have a brief look around and interact with Power BI. You know, what we are going to be doing going forward is that we are going to, when we get the data set we are going to be using, it's going to be an unprocessed data set. We are going to start processing the data set from the beginning. We're not going to stop. We process it by transforming the data, loading the data, visualize the data, and then create a dashboard using a particular data set, not bringing random data sets. So that is what we are going. So we'll have a record of our activity end to end, kind of data analysis, 360 degrees of the full life cycle data analysis, starting from, importing the data to transforming the data, a particular data set, also transforming to visualize the data, and equally even model the data. So these are what we're going to be doing. But let's look at how this visual works. For tonight, it's just going to be a play around. I'm going to use the data set we used yesterday. So you have it. I uploaded it in our WhatsApp for yesterday. So if you look at yesterday's WhatsApp, this thing, you'll see it. If you already downloaded it on your this thing, so let's just use it for tonight to see how this visualization work before we start building a professional dashboard. I hope we are following.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the first thing to do, like I said, I will pretend like the data I'm going to get is transformed already and go straight to visual. So this is the data, and I'll grab this data set, and can you see my dialog boxes today?
Yes, sir. Very clear.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
So, and I'll select this and I'll load it. So there is no need for transformation. We are not going to do transformation tonight. We just want to see the visuals. And next time we are going to start from the scratch. And I'll load. So here is loaded. So if you are following me when you load the data, how do you know that the data is loaded? You come to the data. This is the data set area. You see it here. This is the data we've just loaded. And that is the data we're going to be using for this visualization. So now this data is loaded. If you click on this, you open up this data and see it. click, you see, this is what we are going to be using for visualization. Here we have date, we have products, we have quantity, we have region, we have sales ID, we have sales amount. So we are going to be visualizing some of these like region, product and region against quantity, against sales ID, and against amount. These are the way these are the values, like this sales amount, this is the value, and so this is how these are the fields, so fields against the values. So this is how you visualize it. But before you start visualizing this, these are the visuals we talk about. These are different visuals. You see it here. This is visualization panel, and this is different visual we are talking about. And this is the filter we talk about equally. So let's get started with this bar chart. If you click on this bar chart, it is going to drop. It's going to drop on this canvas, or you can drag and drop as well. So you can see now that this is here. So this is the visualization panel we're going to be using to visualize this. And for us to start visualizing, we go to this data field. This data field here, we already have a data we selected we want to. So if we say we want to visualize quantity, so now what we'll do is then first we'll select this quantity, and you see it has appeared in our visualization. But quantity of what? What are we visualizing? Quantity of what? So it's going to be quantity, let's say quantity of products. You see, it is now quantity of product. So I sum of quantity now. See, product quantity. See it here. And this is very scalable. You can drag and drop and just like, so very. So that is it. And so, yeah. So that is how the visual works. And if we want to make it more interactive, you see, this is just ordinary visual. It just show beans, right? But it does not show more, it's not more friendly. So all we need to do is this product, we drop it here on a legend. Once we drop it on a legend, it's going to give it more interactive and more appealing. And let's say this is drag and drop. You can drag it here to legend. I'll drop it in a legend. You can see it's changed now. And you can see everything here is changed. So you see each line, each bar chart is representing a particular product. You see this one is beans. This one is rice, this one is flour, this one is oil, this one is sugar. And just like that, we can equally do this in other, this thing here. For instance, if we want to visualize on another visual or another chart, this is bar charts. So we can equally grab column charts and drop here. You see, these are another charts here, column charts. So we can drop it here. So if you want to start creating dashboard, this is how you do a collection of visuals and it becomes your keyboard. So what we did here, we can equally replicate it in another visual by say quality, and then product, and then drop it in another legend, and you see, that is, you see, now you can see this is more appealing than even this first one. You see, we have beans, rice, and this, and you see, so. And this, if we want to do a filter, like here, this one we're doing, want to do a filter, click on here, that is the filter here. Okay, if we want to select only beans, that is how filter work. We can say beans. It's only beans now that we are visualizing. If you want to view beans and sugar, you see. If you want to add oil, you see. If you want all of them to show, and that's the work here. So that's it. So if you are planning to build a dashboard like we say is a collection of different visuals. So we can see, where is another visual here? We can grab. This is pie chart. We'll grab pie chart. Okay. And they say we want to know the total against region, quantity against region. And we do this against region. You see, this is visual. It's showing, like I said, it's just different technology. It's the same thing. We remember when we were doing pivot table, it's similar things we've done. And we have another one here called line. So on this line, you can say products. Now let's select say amount of this combine sales amount, and so you see, so, and that is what this is all about. So yeah. And so this is what the visual is all about. So if you are planning to build a dashboard is just having a collection of different visuals in one canvas like this, and it can, so people can see what is going on. So these are different visuals. So what we are just doing today is to play around with these visuals. So and equally sales ID over product and so that is what this visualization, but you see what we are doing here is not looking professional because we are just playing around, but at least it can help us to see this is count of sales by product. You see, yeah, and this is sum of quantity by region, like sales by region, and this is sales of product, sum of quantity by product. So is what you have here, that is what we are visualizing, so we can see them. Everything, the visualization is mainly in graphical representation. So that is the thing we are going to try to understand more. How do we use this visual to represent this data set we have here? And using other interactive activities like filter, slicer, this legend, and the rest of them to make this thing more beautiful. That is the main purpose of this visual. So that's it. That's what we just have for tonight. If you can do this, that's all. Nothing more. Is next time we are going to start building a more professional dashboard, starting from we have a organized activity for an organization, for FoodTrackO we are going to want to achieve. You know, looking at this, let me see this table again. Looking at this, so we're going to get a data set for FoodTrackO where we are going to build a dashboard to track sales across region, categories, and time. And we are going to use bar charts to compare sales across category, line charts to analyze monthly sales trend, pie charts to show sales proportion by region, map to visualize sales distribution geographically, and slicer to filter by year and region, and format the visual and align them into a cohesive layout. So by the time we start building this, something professionally, we'll be able to build a dashboard like this, and not like it's going to look like, but it's going to be more professional. This data we use does not have any much meaning, and is not cleaned as well. It's not fully cleaned. So, but we just want to use it to show our visual. So that is it about visualization, just introduction. So I hope all of us here were able to perform this activity. You see, when you are looking at it, it looks difficult, but you can see it's not difficult. And the beauty is that we are no longer struggling with seeing what we are doing. At least we've navigated that one. So everything we do this, I don't need to talk before you can see what I'm doing. As I'm doing, we are seeing it, and that is the beauty. Sorry you've suffered over this, but we are there now. I hope some of us perform this in our own area. Any of you follow?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So before then, at least you've seen how to do it. You can start playing around. It's not going to cry and it's not going to break. You know, so we get a professional data set from FoodTrackO. We are going to build a dedicated dashboard, which we can call our portfolio. And we are going to create more portfolios. This is what in data analysis, that's what we call portfolios. Like for instance, if you are going to be looking for kind of data analyst work in Upwork, and you want to create a portfolio in Upwork of your work, the portfolio you are going to create is going to be something like dashboard for different organizations you've worked, showing what you've done for them. It's going to be a very big portfolio. If you're able to create different portfolios like that, then the only thing is just for you to go and get a good CV and start applying. So, yeah. So we are going to stop it here for tonight till we see again next week. But for now, I'm not going to give you any assignments. The only assignment is try to play around with visual. So many of these data, we have so many data sets you have. All these data sets you have, you can just be playing around with them. You can collaborate. If you do not understand, you can ask me, or you can ask any of us here while you are playing around, but play around on your own or group in a group. But by next week, we are going to have a dedicated portfolio we want to create for FoodTrackO. All right. Good night, and see you soon.
Good night, sir.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night, sir.
Yeah.